Alright, so we're going to talk about, it's still oligopoly, so we're going to talk about the Kinked demand curve. Well, in summary, the Kinked demand curve is just telling us that there's different behaviors for firms when it comes to price increase and decrease. What happens when price increases? When the firm in the oligopolistic market increases the price. And what happens when the firm in the oligopolistic market reduces the price? So the behavior within the market changes. And that is why the demand curve will not be straight. It will be kinked. It will be rigid. It will not be stable. Demand curve is supposed to be straight, but it's not straight because there are different behaviors to what prices could be. Because demand is about price and quantity demanded. So there's different elasticity when price increases and when price reduces. So I'm going to explain for that anyway. So a kinked demand curve occurs when the demand curve is not a straight line, but has a different elasticity for higher and lower prices. So there are changes in price based on the action of a firm in the oligopolistic market, and that has changed the demand curve to be kinked. So the kinked demand curve model, the kinked demand model for oligopoly, it suggests that prices are rigid. Prices are rigid and firms will face different effects for both increasing price and decreasing price. So it's not going to be the same way. When you increase the price or when you decrease the price, we're going to respond in different way. So the key to the demand curve occurs because rival firms will behave differently to price cuts and price increase. So we're going to behave in different ways when it comes to a rising price or a falling price. But most of the time in an oligopolistic competition, firms are supportive when it comes to you increasing your price. Because it's an independent firm, you are independent, so you can increase your price. Yes. But as soon as you cut the price, it means you want to steal their customers. So that's why they're going to behave differently to that. And they have to retaliate. So look at the graph to make explanation. So this is a typical kinked demand curve. But if I go into this, a typical example of a market that this could affect is a petrol market. The ones you buy your fuel from. Yeah. Maybe let's say a filling station reduces its price. As soon as a filling station reduces its price, let's assume a filling station, a gas station reduces its price. Okay. A lot of promoters will stop buying from that gas station and start buying from other gas stations, which prices are still the same. Then what happens? The market share for other gas stations would reduce. Do you get the point here? Because you reduce your price, a lot of gas stations will start buying from your competitors. They will start coming to you to buy and stop buying from your competitors. But it's not going to last long. It's just going to be for a short period of time. Because as soon as you do that, they're going to do the same. But whatever makes you to do it, you become worse off because your decision was short-lived. You reduce the price to gain the market share. But you cannot do it for a long period of time because your competitors will retaliate. And that will be what I'm going to use to explain this now. So let's assume the price is this. This is the market price. Agreed price in the oligopolistic market. So if a firm increases the price at this level, you increase the price up to here. And increasing price means the demand for your product will start reducing because price becomes not affordable for consumers. So as soon as you increase the price, the demand for your product reduces. And if the demand for your product reduces, the revenue you make falls. So definitely, when the price increases in an oligopolistic competition, the demand is price elastic. Why? Because as soon as the price increases, the quantity demanded drops. It means the demand for the product is price elastic. Consumers are conscious of price. They want to buy only when the price is reducing. But in an oligopolistic competition, you increase the price. When you increase the price, the demand for your product reduces. So that means an increase in price will bring about what? Will bring about elastic demand in the PED. Yeah. Do you get it or not? A rise in price for P1 or K. In the short run, it means the quantity demanded for your product reduces. No one will want to buy your product anymore. consumers will switch to buy from your competitors. So a rise in price will bring about what? An elastic demand for your products. It is just a common sense thing. Nobody wants to buy when the price is high. When the market price is this, you have increased your price. Consumers are definitely going to switch from buying from you. And because they switch from buying from you, the revenue you make as a firm reduces. But irrespective of it, you're still going to make profit because you are selling below your cost. Does it make sense here? Now, that is the first situation. Let's assume a firm in an oligopolistic competition reduces the price. If a firm in an oligopolistic competition reduces the price, what happens? In the short run, it's going to make revenue. Let's assume it's going to make revenue up until this. But as soon as the revenue is there, it's going to be short-lived because other firms in that market will start reducing their price too. So it's not going to be straight anymore. It's fall. It's kinked. It's supposed to be straight all through, but it's not going to be straight all through because you have reduced the price. Reducing the price means that there's going to be price war. And as soon as there's price war, the demand for your product becomes price inelastic. Do you get it? So it means there's different situations here. At the first stage, it is straight because nobody is competing with you. Nobody is retaliating. You choose to sell at an increased price. So the behavior of your competitors different now are different. They don't care because you are increasing the price. They are not going to lose their customers. You would rather lose your customers. But as soon as you reduce the price, it's no more straight, it's kinked. Because your competitors will also retaliate. Do you get it? So that's why it's no more straight. It is what? Rigid. When the price is the same, yes, it's okay. But as soon as you start reducing your price, it will kink. It will not go straight anymore because the behavior has changed. The behavior here is different from the behavior here. The behavior here is price elastic because you choose to increase the price. No one is forcing you to increase the price. But here you reduce the price. It is not expected to be straight anymore. It will be kinked. Because your competitors will start reducing their own prices too. Then at that point in time, your revenue would reduce. Is it clear? So now let's look at a cutting price and a rising price. How do firms retaliate? How do firms behave when there's a cutting price and a rising price? Impact of price rise. If a firm increases price, it becomes expensive for customers. And because it becomes expensive for customers, they start buying from your competitors.
Or inferior goods.
Inferior goods. No, in this market, there are few firms that dominate the industry. So there are not much substitutes in the market.
So if
few firms are dominating.
So it's a monopoly?
No, oligopoly.
Oligopoly?
Yes.
So how are they going to switch to different products?
They start buying from your competitors.
From your competitors.
It's not a monopoly, so definitely they are competitors. Few firms dominate. There are firms there. So as soon as you increase the price, they stop buying from you. They start buying from your competitors who are still selling at this price.
Yes.
Your product becomes expensive for them. They switch as a result. So a rise in price is likely to reduce demand for your product. Therefore, demand is price elastic. So because the market share you have has reduced, it means the demand for your product is price elastic. But firms, none of your competitors care about that or will care about it because it does not affect them. When it affects them is when it's you reducing the price because they start going to lose their market share. Do you get it? Impact of price cut. If a firm cuts its price, it's likely to lead towards a bigger increase in demand. As soon as you reduce the price from P1 down, the demand for your product increases. And therefore a rise in revenue in the short term. The revenue you make will increase in the short term. Because demand is increasing. The demand is equal to average revenue. But what happens, however, other firms will not want to witness a fall in the market share. They would not want to witness it. They will not want to allow that because they're going to lose customers. Because they don't want to lose customers, what will they do? They will respond by reducing the price. So this means the individual firm will only see a small increase in revenue. Now you reduce your price. You reduce your price, others are reducing their price. So there's customer loyalty. Those ones that are attached to certain customers, certain businesses, will go back to them. So you only witness a little increase in your revenue. So that is why it is kinked. Then there's price war. And because there's price war, the demand for the product is what? Price inelastic. So it is kinked because as soon as price increases, demand becomes inelastic. Reduces, demand becomes inelastic. It is straight because price is elastic. Demand is elastic here. Kinked because demand is inelastic. Based on what? Price war. So the straight line tells us that nobody cares when you increase the price. That's a certain behavior. It's kinked because people care when you reduce the price. So two different behaviors for two different situations. Is kinked demand curve clear?
Yeah.
Any question?